What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing, Cenk? What are we doing? What are we doing? Someone tell me, what the F are we doing?
Yeah, look, no one signed up for this.
Ana Kasparian has fully come over to the light side, or so it seems, so we'll see in the future what she says. But here we have this tweet from Sean Fitzgerald, actual justice warrior, and it says a lot of people in America, and yes, that includes on the left, feel exactly like Ana Kasparian in this mega rant. How does it make sense that you have the National Guard searching old ladies in the subway, but the 4 arrested for dismembering 2 people get released automatically without bail? And I do want to check out this clip here from Ana Kasparian where she responds to The View and basically says, like, I'm done with the left within this clip, but we're also going to show you the clip from The View as well. Let's first get into this clip a little bit from Ana Kasparian and Cenk Uygur talking about this just crazy situation with these people.
Dismembering a corpse and hiding a corpse after dismembering it, not bail eligible, not a serious crime. I'm not even kidding, guys. Like, when Joy Behar outlined that case, I was like, she's crazy. This isn't a thing. This isn't real. This isn't real. So I looked it up. It's real, guys. It's real. Listen, if being on the left means supporting this, then I'm not on the left, and I'm okay with that. So let me give you the details of the case.
It does.
You can tell that she's just fed up with these people who are trying to tell her every single time she has a common sense take, oh, you're not part of the left, we're kicking you out of the left. And she's just like, you know what? If having common sense means that I don't get to be part of the left anymore, then I don't care. You know, Ana Kasparian is definitely starting to come over to the light side. But once again, as I always ask, do you think that Ana Kasparian and, you know, Cenk Uygur even a little bit are truly coming over to the light side? Or do you just think that they see the pendulum is swinging in a certain direction and they're trying to ride that wave a little bit and kind of get in front of it, you know, and jump ship from the left, which is obviously a sinking ship? Let me know in the comments what you're thinking about that. You know, do you think Ana Kasparian is being genuine with this or not?
Doesn't mean that.
Okay, I don't know. Let me give you the details.
On the left. We're all on the left. We don't want people dismembering folks getting released. Only a couple of lunatic.
Some do.
I know. What I was in the middle of saying is only a couple of lunatic activists are like, yeah, we're pro dismemberment guys being let go.
It's more than a couple, by the way. And just to give you an idea of what it is exactly that Ana Kasparian and Cenk Uygur are talking about here, let's check out just a small portion of this clip from The View where they talk about this thing that Ana Kasparian and Cenk are talking about as well. Here's Sunny Hostin and Joy Behar and all of these weirdos on The View. The wackos over here. Here is them explaining exactly what they're talking about.
After a series of high-profile crimes on New York City subways, right? You deployed hundreds of state police and National Guard troops into the subway system. But since the pandemic, you have done a wonderful job. Overall crime is down in the city.
Yes, it is.
So my question to you is, why now? Why deploy into the subway? And how do you respond to some of your fellow Democrats calling the move theatrics that play into Republican narratives that blue cities are poorly run war zones?
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. My job is to keep people safe. I have to, any way I can, I'm going to keep New Yorkers safe. And I'll tell you who does show appreciation for the people out there on the streets. I've been walking the streets. I walk into business. People are just saying, thank you for taking such strong action. Now, you are correct that working with Mayor Adams, since I've been governor, we have driven down crimes. You know, homicides are down about 30%, shootings down about 38%. The subways have been safer, but we had a spike recently, a 45% increase in subway crimes. Now, these are high-profile crimes.
Can I interrupt you for a second? Yeah. Because the CEO of the MTA says that 1% of subway suspects are responsible for more than 20% of the crime because of New York's bail reform laws, which allows them to go back out there and commit more crimes.
I'll get to bail in 1 second. I'm going to answer this one because
I just want to say, you know, it's bad when people on The View, especially when someone like Joy Behar on The View is calling you out, and you know, when you're running New York City, when you're supposed to be, you know, on the left, and you have The View and Joy Behar calling you out. That's pretty bad. It doesn't get much worse than that. You need to do a better job.
what happened is I needed to do something dramatic and quickly to send a message that you will not get away with committing crimes in our subways. You cannot slash the throat of a conductor. You cannot push someone onto the track because people will not take the subway if they don't feel safe. That's job number one. So they are not there to harass anybody. I said, I don't like those long guns. They're kind of threatening to stand there. I said, smile at everybody, welcome them to the subway. These are moms and dads. The National Guard are just our citizens who've stepped up. So I will do that any day of the week. I take criticism the second I wake up in the morning until I go to bed at night, and I don't care. My job is to protect New Yorkers, and that's one way to do it.
So what about this?
If you enjoy content like this, then make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a ton. Let's get back to the video.
What about this? There's like a circular.
That's why last year I inherited from my predecessor and the legislature before. They took the bail laws and watered them down and made it impossible for judges to look at the whole picture of the crime and the person, what they're doing. So I worked hard last year. I held the budget up 1 month late. I wanted to be on time, so you can brag about being on time. I was not going to be on time because I had more leverage after April 1st. So last year I held up the budget. I got the changes I needed. Judges now have discretion. They can look at the whole issue. They can look at whether a gun was involved. Was there an order of protection? We have to protect the victims of domestic violence. My mother was a champion for victims of domestic violence.
But there was just a crime on Long Island where body parts were found all over Long Island. They had 4 suspects. They let them go. And now they're out there still. So what is the deal here? Sounds insane to me.
No, the crime that was...
That's what it is that Ana Kasparian is talking about in the other clip, you know, kind of picking apart this The View clip, which if you're hearing it come out of Joy Behar's mouth, yes, it does sound insane because 99% of the things that comes out of Joy Behar's mouth, it sounds insane, you know? And that statement alone coming out of anyone's mouth would sound insane because it is. It is just nuts that this is supposed to be normal. Like, that's just supposed to be normal. Like, these people are acting like this is normal. Why? Like, what is the incentive? Like, why are these people incentivized to act like that's normal? Anyway, let's get back to Ana Kasparian and Cenk Uygur kind of picking that clip apart and kind of just torching the woke left. Let's check this out.
Okay, whatever. You don't represent the left at all.
Dismembered bodies. It's so unfair to put them in prison. Okay, let me give you the details of the actual case, okay? So 4 people were arrested in New York after body parts were found in Long Island. Okay, dismembered body parts. The victims were, 2 people from Yonkers, older individuals. Suffolk County Police say 44-year-old Stephen Brown, 38-year-old Jeffrey Mackey, 40-year-old Amanda Wallace, and 33-year-old Alexis Neves were charged with concealment of a corpse, tampering with physical evidence, and hindering prosecution. They have not been charged with murder. Prosecutors told a judge there was so much blood in the pipes, sink, shower, and toilet of the Railroad Avenue home in Amityville where the suspects were arrested that it was deemed uninhabitable. Police said they confiscated meat cleavers, butcher knives, flesh, and body parts. Attorneys for Brown and Mackey admitted that their clients lived in that home where the body parts and all that blood was found, but denied chopping up the 59-year-old woman and 53-year-old man whose last known address was in Yonkers. Wallace also lived with Brown and Mackey in Amityville. Police said that Knives is homeless. Okay, all 4 pleaded not guilty. The judge released them without bail. They were fitted with GPS monitoring and must report in-person probation and surrender their passports.
This is just nutty, man. Like, I've heard this story a couple times now, just doing a little bit of research for this video. But every time I hear it, I mean, it doesn't get any less insane. Like, it's just absolutely nuts that these people are just walking the streets now. Like, isn't that terrifying? That it doesn't seem like this is getting any better. Like, people are getting outraged at it, and that's good that people even on the left, like Ana Kasparian and everybody from the Young Turks, are calling this stuff out. But does it seem like it's getting any better, or do you feel like you're hearing more and more wild stories come out of these really, woke infested places like New York?
I don't care about their passports.
Dude, guys, like what? Okay, so did further research because I just couldn't believe it. Here's more. With 2019 state reforms, mutilation and disposal of murdered corpses are among crimes that are no longer bail eligible. The DA said the 4 went to barbaric lengths to cover the crime. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing, Cenk? What are we doing? What are we doing? Someone tell me, what the F are we doing?
Yeah, look, no one signed up for this.
That's what happens. What Ana Kasparian's going through right there. That's what happens whenever you realize what you've been trying to push this whole time is the wrong side. Like that little meltdown right there that Ana Kasparian is having, that's because that she's been pushing the narrative that she thought was the right one, the left narrative, the woke cult narrative. She's been pushing that for the longest time, and now she is finally waking up and realizing, I have been wrong this whole time. I have been on the side that doesn't have any common sense, that doesn't have any sanity. And now she's realizing all of that, and it leads to emotions like that. it's, you know, it's something that a lot of people have to go through. But it's cool to see somebody actually able to wake up. I didn't know if it was possible for people like Ana Kasparian and Cenk Uygur, but it seems like it is.
I don't know how the hell any of these laws passed. I went to every progressive conference there was over the last 20 years. I never heard a single person saying, why don't we let the actual criminals go? Hey, if someone butchers someone and chops them up into little pieces, let's do the kind of criminal justice reform where they would be able to walk out free.
Yeah, come at me right now and tell me I'm the bad guy, because I want these people who dismembered corpses and tried to conceal the evidence in prison. Come at me and tell me I'm the bad guy. Come at me.
I don't look, guys.
Insane. You guys are insane. Anyone who thinks this is okay is insane. And everyone else in New York has to suffer the consequences of this with random bag checks at the subway by National Guard troops.
Look, I'm glad that Ana is waking up and, you know, she's calling out things like this, but you have to kind of recognize the fact that she has been pushing for people to vote for this. Like, she probably plays a decent part in the fact that this is happening, that these things are able to happen because of the narratives that Ana Kasparian and the Young Turks and that side of things has been pushing. So it's great that she's waking up, but I think she should, like, if it would be awesome if she just accepted some responsibility and been like, dude, like, my bad. I'm sorry. I was wrong. You know, everything that I've said for the past few years, just erase it. And, you know, I apologize for it. But I doubt that'll happen. But it's cool to see her at least starting to wake up. At least that's what it appears. I don't think that she's that good of an actor to where she can act that pissed off at the woke left. But let me know what you guys are thinking about Ana Kasparian kind of going over this clip here from The View with Joy Behar talking about that crazy story and just tearing the woke left apart. And you already know their reaction. I don't have time to show you in this video, but you can already guess the woke cult's reaction to that Ana Kasparian clip. They're pissed off. You know, they're 100% pissed off. They don't like Ana Kasparian anymore. Let me know what you guys are thinking, though, in the comments. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I hope to see you guys on the next one.